So, I'm Art Howard. Nice to meet you.
Ricky Nix. Nice to meet you, Art.
Ricky, and who's this?
Steven Spivak.
Ricky and Steven. So tell us what you're doing here today at Gods and Monsters, except besides, of course, appreciating all this. What are you specifically doing here today?
So today we are here on behalf of Defiant Giant. It's a production company that was I started in Los Angeles last year when I was living there. Now that I'm out here in Orlando, in addition to short films, we do podcasts, video blogs, written blogs, a lot of things. But one of our big hot topics as of late has been our podcast, Defiant Giant Radio. Today we're here grabbing video footage. We were here roughly a month ago to get a sneak peek. Steven hosted one of our shows.
Yeah, definitely great before and after pictures if you were here a month ago.
Yes,
oh, yeah.
For sure. He did a podcast episode where he interviewed Todd, and then I did some video blog footage with Anna. Both can be found on the site, the Defiant Giant website, and on iTunes. So today we're here as fans.
Sure.
We've been chomping at the bit to get here, waiting for this place to open up, and now it's finally here.
I know.
Steven, what do you think?
I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
You guys, you're going to record a podcast today while you're here?
I don't think we have the means to do so today.
We weren't planning on getting that done today. Today we're just focusing strictly on the video side of things. We've been interviewing cosplayers and.
Right. Well, there's plenty of them today. Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think the major thing is we're here as fans.
Yeah.
We've been following this since its inception, so to see it finally come to fruition is amazing.
I've got a lot of before videos that I shot, like a year ago when it was just an empty building and they didn't have power for a couple of months.
Right.
And now to see it now, it's just so cool. It's just
it is cool, right?
It really, really is.
I'm so glad it's here.
And I was discussing this with another podcaster who was here earlier today. Growing up as a kid, we go to the mall. There were very few malls where you would walk in and spend an hour or so inside of, except for maybe a bookstore or something like that. This seems to be the place where you could walk around and suddenly look at your watch and 30 minutes has gone by and you didn't even realize it.
30 minutes. I've been here for 2.5 hours already.
Right. Yeah, but this place is awesome. I like what I see.
I don't know if you'd mentioned it before. Where can people find your podcast on the web?
It can be found on the Defiant Giant website, which is thebigdg.com.
Okay.
Also,
iTunes
as well.
iTunes under Defiant Giant Radio. Subscribe and download for free on both platforms.
Well, you've had a couple hours to walk around here. For me, the biggest surprise was how many little kids not only were here, but little kids that were dressed up in costumes.
Yeah, I saw a kid like Two-Face.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I thought that was cool.
So great.
He's my favorite comic book villain, so.
Now that you've had a couple hours to walk around, what are some of the bigger surprises that kind of shocked you as you came in today?
Some of the biggest surprises.
the facade work in here is amazing.
Yeah, the detail, just beautiful.
The facade work.
Absolutely. When we were like I said, when we were here a month ago, he gave us like a pretty much a tour of the area, and he told us where everything was going to be. But like I said, when you actually see it completed, it doesn't quite hold up to just a description. I like it all. I mean,
and for people to be watching this on YouTube, you got to see this.
Oh, yeah, you got to be here in person.
It really is, just to see the details in the work. But the fact, something I've never seen before, and certainly in a comic book store, is that there's a full gallery here, and they're giving an opportunity for young and upcoming artists to show their work and sell their work. They got some just sitting on the walls right here, you know. But I don't see that anywhere else in a mall or a comic book store or anything like that. It's a very unique place.
It is.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I like what I see, and I plan on spending a lot of time here.
Yes.
And money.
And maybe money.
Money.
Lots of money.
And money.
Yeah. What can you give us a description of any upcoming podcasts and just topics of discussion that you're going to have?
We for all the wrestling fans out there,
it's a sad week.
For the passing of the American Dream.
Yeah.
For all the wrestling WWE fans, there's a local wrestler by the name of Leva. She wrestles on NXT as Blue Pants. But
she lives here?
Yeah, she lives local in the area. She's agreed to do the show. We'll probably do that here within the next couple of weeks, so people can stay tuned for that. As far as the shows go, me and Steve here are 2 of 5 hosts. There's 5 of us.
A little roundtable discussion there. All right.
So the show started in Los Angeles. July 4th will be the 1-year anniversary of our first show. It used to be just movies because I'm a film student. I'm currently at Full Sail getting my second film degree.
How long have you been at Full Sail? I think my mic is cutting out.
I've been at Full Sail for roughly 9 months now in the film program. So when it started, it was strictly movies because that's my jam. Then, ever since I moved out here to Orlando, I've added 4 new hosts. Steven, who does the comic book shows, and he does a wonderful job at that. We have our friend Jose de Gracia, who does all the wrestling shows.
Okay.
We have Lilith Love, who does all the anime shows. And then our last host is Paige Curley, who does all shows that revolve around video games.
So you've expanded to a lot more than just movies.
Our demographic expanded.
You could fill hours of podcast just talking about movies, but it sounds like you could do this show every day of the week if you had the
Absolutely.
time.
We
Sorry, just
whenever
keeps cutting out.
Hello. Thank you. Hi. Hello.
Oh,
Now
well.
I'm a totally different person.
right.
Thank you for that. So how many days a week do you try to tape your show?
We release shows at least twice a week, and then we have we're up to almost show 30 at this point with like 6 other shows that are completed, ready to go at our well.
Yeah, we do recording in large groups because as Full Sail students, we don't get a lot of free time.
Oh, Greg, this one's cut too. I'm starting to think it's The Wire. Oh, I can hold it. Live shows. Ugh.
Right.
It's The Wire, but now you know what? I just bend it over, and I think The Wire's okay.
That's live entertainment for you.
Yeah,
It
I
happens.
know. I just noticed it started crackling on me.
But since
So-
you brought up the whole thing about YouTube and you
Yes.
live streaming, we do live streams as well. I have a friend who's named Jeff Celestino. He DJs under the name DJ On One, and we've been known to do live streaming sessions of his him DJing out of my apartment, and we'll just live stream it live on YouTube, and we'll do it on a weeknight because that's when we get the most traffic.
I think you got
I
to
love
guess.
the live streaming ideas. We got guests here.
Okay.
It's always great to be photobombed, even if it is with zombies. Oh,
Yeah.
and you can come to expect things just like this. We may lose a few kids, but you know.
I must have a lovely aroma.
Yeah, he likes Steve apparently.
Oh, give us an example of one of your movie podcasts. Like, what do you like? Do you kind of dive into a movie, or you kind of dissect it?
Sometimes we did an Avengers review.
Yeah.
That was one of our
The
shows.
newest ones?
Yes,
The newest Avengers?
the newest Avengers. We also did a similar show for Guardians of the Galaxy when it came out last year.
Yeah.
Our last movie show that we did was this past Monday. We did a show about Will Smith. We just devoted a show to Will Smith, and we had like a roundtable discussion. And
I was saying that it took me a good 2 days to even realize Will Smith was in that photo with Harley.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. I was staring at her. I was like, oh, wait, that's Will Smith. He's in that. Yeah.
He's playing Deadshot, right?
Yeah.
And Suicide.
Deadshot.
Yeah, who knows?
So we had a roundtable discussion. Myself and my guests, we each compiled a list of our top 5 favorite Will Smith movies, and then we just went around comparing our list.
What was your number one on that list?
Men in Black, of course.
Men in Black.
No,
yes.
that's where you tell him they have to listen to the show to find out.
That too.
See, there
You
you
just
go.
gave the
Well,
spoiler
there's-
alert there.
Well, there was myself and 4 other people, so we didn't all have the same number one.
Where
So.
did the I Am Legend, where did that fall on your list?
Now you have to listen to the show. To find out.
That's good. That's a good tease. That's how you tease that
Uh-huh.
show. That's
I
good.
learned fast. So we've done movie reviews. That was the second Will Smith show like that we did. We did a similar show for George Clooney a few months back. We did an Oscars. We had a prediction show, and then we had a post show for the
That's
Oscars.
a great idea, yeah.
In addition to, and then aside from the movie stuff, we did a
Underrated
similar
actors.
show. Underrated actors.
Right.
We did a WrestleMania show where we talked about our predictions. We'll do pay-per-view for WWE events because we're all wrestling fans as
you
well.
you'll do up live? Like
We did a live stream
pay-per-view?
for WrestleMania. Now that I remember, up his mic,
I think now did his mic cut off?
Stevens. Wait, maybe he can borrow mine. Hold on.
Oh wait, I think you got. All right,
I
you're
can hear
back.
myself
Yeah,
again.
you're
There we
back.
go. It's lovely.
So, do you guys like to talk about movies before you've seen them? Like, have you had a chance to see Jurassic World?
I saw Jurassic World yesterday.
Okay, I haven't yet, and I read half of a review, and then I stopped. The Wall Street Journal just.
I try to stay away from reviews because I don't like being influenced in any way before I see anything.
Jeez.
Maybe you can borrow mine. Mine's.
Hello.
I've
Okay,
never
I'm
had
back.
issues
I'm
with
back,
mine.
and we're back.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It's hard to. You see the headlines on reviews, and you just hear one key word, and you're like, uh-oh.
Right.
I'm doing the same thing with movie trailers. I've done my best to stay away from the Star Wars trailer.
Right.
Because the point of trailers is to convince you to go see the movie. I'm convinced. You
Yeah,
don't need to
right.
even make a
It's
trailer.
Star Wars. I'm convinced just with the word Star Wars.
I
Yeah.
would think people would be even more excited if they made no trailers for it and just build the hype. But, the studios won't let you do that.
Yeah, I'm one of those
Yeah.
people that I try to stay away from everything before going to see a movie because I did that with Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
And a lot of people did not like that
No.
film, and I went into it with very little expectation, and I absolutely loved it.
I'm thinking that's what's going to happen with Jurassic World because the reviews are coming out and people are kind of hammering it.
I don't
But-
see why. I had no issues with it.
Well, that's good then. That's good to hear. One of the things that the Journal said, Wall Street Journal, was how surprised they were. They were not happy with just the graphics, the look of it. I mean, the dinosaurs, is that
My
distracting in any
friends
way?
that my other friends that I'm here with, they had a similar conversation walking in the door.
Do you think that wouldn't be a problem anymore these days?
I didn't have an issue with it.
good.
I've noticed from just what I've seen in the trailers, it does look a little cartoony.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Did you see it in 3D?
I did not. I'm not big on 3D.
I'm not either. It's more of a distraction than a way to enjoy a movie.
Right.
And the reviewer. the
Sometimes
Wall
it
Street-
works though. Like
Yeah.
the last movie that I saw in 3D that I really enjoyed was Tron Legacy, and that was roughly 5 years ago.
Very sad topic right now.
I
too.
enjoyed,
yeah.
I enjoyed Age of Ultron in 3D.
I remember,
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I remember seeing Gravity IMAX 3D here
Yeah.
at the Point Orlando, but now that you brought up the Tron, sad times.
Yeah, I signed a petition. I don't even know if that stuff
Came out like-
works. It's upon us
Okay,
again.
thank you. Hello?
Another great 3D movie was Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
Okay, I never saw that, but I
That
didn't
was
need the
amazing.
3D,
I
yeah.
really enjoyed
Hello?
that one.
I'll bet it was. I'll bet it was.
Hello? Okay, I just can't hear it.
He's with us.
It's because we're just so electric. We're blowing everything up.
I
Right.
can't hear my voice anymore. Okay, I do
Can you
hear
hear?
it now. Thank you.
All right.
I did see Guardians of the Galaxy in 3D, and I really did. I'm glad I did that. Yes. I'm a little disappointed about Tron 3, of course.
I hope like something changes.
Something changes.
I hope.
mean,
I would love
maybe
to see
a little
it.
more time needs to pass, but then we start to lose, the actors that
'Cause
need to be involved in that to be successful.
I think it's a lot of the sequels that come out are ones that not a whole lot of people are asking for.
Yeah.
Like why can't we have a Tron 3 but we get a Smurfs 2? Like I don't know.
That's disappointing. My kids and I play on the PlayStation. We play the Disney Infinity game, and they've already come out with what's going to be on version 3.0, which is going to be all Star Wars.
Right.
But they've also included Korra and Sam Flynn
Yeah.
to be characters that are going to be in it. And I hope they still continue to do that because now they've canceled the movie. I think it's too far. They have to.
Right.
That's happened before where they came out with a Lone Ranger playset for Disney Infinity, and then the movie didn't do so well.
Right.
But big fan of the Tron series. I'm
Me
very
too.
disappointed to see that because it could have gone in so many different directions now that they're back on Earth. I guess you could say Earth.
Yeah.
With Korra, but maybe Disney can change their mind in a couple of years.
Disney
Hopefully.
did have a cartoon for a little while. Is that still on the air?
The Disney Tron Legacy? No.
It was a Tron cartoon on like Disney
It's on
XD.
Netflix right now. No, the movie was Legacy. It was Tron Uprising. Thank you.
Yes.
That's
Love
on
that.
Netflix. That's on Netflix.
That's on Netflix, or it was. You think it still is? Beginning to end, I love that series.
The
Wow.
animation in that was
Fantastic.
nice.
It reminded me a lot of Aeon Flux, I believe.
Okay.
The tall, skinny characters, and it's very. I
The
loved
jittery animation was
it's-
unique.
It happens between the first and second movie. Was this cartoon series? It was fantastic.
Outstanding.
Well, we do have another guest coming on, but I want to tell you guys once again to let us know the Facebook page or the website where we can find your podcast.
The website is thebigdg.com. That's
thebigdg.com.
THEBIGDG.com. Find us on Twitter at the Big DG Films and on Instagram also at the Big DG Films.
Facebook as well, Defiant Giant Productions.
Right. Well, I hope to see you guys here again. We hope to continually do podcasts here. We can get into some group forums, perhaps, and if we're not always in this location, it'd be nice to go off into the back booths for a true roundtable discussion where they built some
Absolutely.
round
Oh, yeah,
tables.
they're beautiful.
I was looking at we've done some Cards Against Humanity shows as well, so I'll probably do one back there as well.
Okay. Well, good. We hope to see you guys again. Thank you for coming out.
Absolutely.
Thank you
man.
for having us.
Thank
Feel
you.
free to stop by anytime because we'll be here periodically.
All right, man. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. And once again, we're not breaking for commercial, so get ready for the awkward goodbye.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely, guys. That was fun.
Well, this is still working. It just sounds weird now. Switch me to 2. Oh, is 1 just shut off now? Yeah, it just... Oh, there we go. There you go. Whatever you did is working good now. Well, come back and sit because it looks like we've kind of lost everyone. Come on in. Hey, come on in.
Hello there, nice to meet
I'm
you.
Art. How are you?
Good, Connor.
Connor? Come on in. Have a seat. Let me know that you can hear that, okay?
Yep.
Well, Connor, kind of tell us what you're doing here. Give us your first impression.
All right, well, basically what we're doing here is we are showing off our latest game, Bit Evolution, from Major Games. We released
Connor, I
it-
need you to come right up into
Little
that
closer,
microphone.
yeah, there we
you
go.
go. Great.
Awesome.
Bit Evolution, you said?
Yes, Bit Evolution. So essentially what Bit Evolution is it is a game that you start out as the Puck from the game Pong.
Okay.
And
I love it already.
he
Was that
escapes from
1976 or
Oh
something
yeah,
like that?
way back when, like first video game. And eventually he gets sick of just being batted back and forth by the paddles all day.
Sure.
And breaks free of his paddle overlords and goes on to evolve into like an Atari-inspired world. And then gets through that, then goes on to like a Game Boy-inspired world. Basically, you get to play through the entire history of games in one.
Good. He's taking baby
single
steps.
game.
No giant leap all the way to Grand Theft Auto 5. You know, he's going to take the steps and go through the evolution of gaming.
Exactly. But yeah, so what we're doing here today is we're just getting, we've got a demo set up. We're showing it off to the community here.
Is it like a trailer? Like a...
No, we've actually got the game playable here over in the corner back there. We really are big into just showing off our stuff directly to the community instead of sort of being that like big publisher who's back behind their giant wall of marketing. We like to get up there and really directly talk with the end user about the game, figure out what they like about the game, what they think could be improved, and take that feedback to heart and find a way to improve it in whatever way we can.
And where is your base of operations? Are you based out of Orlando here?
We're based out of Winter Park, so just outside of
Winter
Orlando.
Park. Oh, that's even better. Winter Park is so nice there.
Oh yeah.
And are you students of Full Sail, or did you what kind of school, or is it just a situation where you just I know how to code some stuff and I'm using Python or whatever language it is, and here's a game?
Actually, most of our team went to Full Sail for our master's degree in game design.
Excellent.
And we just sort of all met up there and we're like, hey, we've got these abilities to make a game and we don't want to go work for a giant corporation where we don't have any final input on the product. So we just sat down, we started up our own company and went forward from there, and it's been a great experience.
How long ago did you start up the company up until today?
It was October last year, so...
Okay, so you're moving quick. You're here with a game, a playable game right now.
Yep.
Well, that's good. So, will you have an official launch date?
The game actually launched on Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
So not a beta anymore.
Nope, not a beta. It is a real full game.
Then this is a premiere party for you as well. I'm glad you got it out here for people to see.
What sort of platforms
that's what I was gonna ask.
is the game available on?
Right now it is currently available on Steam, which is the largest digital distribution platform on PC. And it's available for PC and Mac through there. And we are currently working with Sony and Microsoft as well as mobile publishers to bring it to those platforms later in this year.
That was my next question, are the games going to come to iPhone and Android?
Yes, we are actually looking to make an adapted version for iPhone and Android because old-style platforming is very hard to do without having the physical buttons on there.
Right.
So we have worked on adapting a runner, we're thinking of adapting a game where the player is automatically moving and you simply have to time the jumps.
Oh, okay.
But we're just trying to sort of work around that right now and find a good way to bring it to users that it will be a good experience overall.
Do you have somebody on your team right now that works with apps, or is that somebody you have to go outside of your group to do that?
It's actually a pretty simple process to convert a standard game to an app. We're using an engine where we can simply go through and from a drop-down say publish it to iPhone or iOS. But then we have to go through and put certain things in, like touch controls and stuff like that wouldn't be in a PC thing. But we don't actually have to go through and recode the thing because of the way that we had it set up.
It'd be funny if when you asked them the question of what console or where can you play this game, if you only said the Radio Shack Pong controller that I had from 1980.
Oh, God.
It was like a rectangular thing. It was Radio Shack on it, and all it was a knob that you did back and forth to play Pong, and that was it.
Well, that's fun.
That's the only place it'd be available. That's funny.
Now that's the history of games right there. And the thing is like these old games, like so many of us grew up with, like you can't really get that experience anymore. It's all about this like super high tech, advanced graphics.
Well, I think some of the best games, especially for like iPhone, are the simple games. You know, the simple ones that you pick up, you play for a couple of minutes, and then you keep playing because you're frustrated because you want to get next to that. You want to get to that next level or that next whatever, and it just gets harder and harder.
You
and harder.
put a bird in a slingshot and you fling him in the air. How simple is that?
What the hell? You know?
No, and really, the reason we chose to do this as our first game is we figured the best way to move forward is to start by analyzing our past and really just sort of give this love letter to our history in there and just sort of learn from what people have done before we started. And then once we've done that, we can move forward and do bigger and better things.
It sounds like a game designed and built for people who love games and all games, the whole gambit of games for since the beginning.
Kind of our age group because we were kind of there at the beginning of games. Not your age group, but you look like you're 25 years old. Talking about 40 years old, 40 or 40 plus that can remember Pong and the Texas Instruments home computer, and then eventually the Atari. Commodore 64 and the Atari.
Oh, sorry, I went too fast.
Yes. So not only do you have a game for us, but you're teaching us the history of games as well.
No, and it's been really great, especially at events like this, where you see like small kids, like 6 years old or so, who are able to come over, pick up the game, and start playing, and really have a great time with it. There's been a couple kids here today who have like left and come back 5 or more times already, much to their parents' dismay.
Well,
but
I feel like there's a resurgence in looking back at classical games. The perfect example of that being this new movie called Pixels with Adam Sandler.
That's going to be horrible.
No.
Yeah,
Here's what I think. I think that Adam Sandler did not write or direct or have anything to do with this movie. I think he just shows up in this movie. Kevin James also, God help us.
I stand by my opinion. That movie's going to be horrible.
But visually, and then what's his name from Game of Thrones is in it too. The guy who's like the Pac-Man champ. Yeah. It looks cool. The new trailer is out where they look up and it's the whole Donkey Kong thing, and you can see him. They're throwing barrels at him.
I don't know.
It's a way to reflect and look back at the games that we loved as a kid.
If you get really stoned and go to watch it, maybe it'll be funny. But
you know,
I don't have
I'm
my
just
hopes.
hearing in my earpiece.
It feels like a cash-in. That's my problem with it.
I'm hearing in my earpiece that we just lost that sponsor.
Oops. Anyway, I was given a special code to play this game. So the next time that we do a podcast, I'll be able to report back. I'll be able to report back my experience with the game. I'm very excited to play it because it feels like a game that was designed especially for me, somebody who's played through all eras of game.
Right.
And I know it only goes up to like the 16-bit type Super Nintendo.
Right.
But I mean that was my heyday. That was
right.
I wasted.
Here we go!
I wasted many of my college days and evenings playing Super Nintendo, and I should have been studying, and that's why I'm doing a podcast right now, and I'm not running a Fortune 500 company.
I still remember seeing Mario for the first time in your living room, and you could spin the camera around. You could see this whole world.
That was 64.
Nintendo 64. Yeah.
So we weren't quite there yet, but crazy.
It's just funny that I remember doing that from your living room. So are you looking beyond this game now to what the next step will be? Will there be a sequel to this game, or are you just focusing on this right now?
Right now we're looking at, we're probably not going to do a sequel to this game in the near future. We might go through and add some additional worlds as DLC to the title.
Oh yeah, DLC. That's where the money is. In-game purchase.
But really we're just starting to look at what our next project's going to be, where we can move forward to from here, and we want to just try to push our limits as far as we can and not get too comfortable doing one particular type of game over and over.
Have you received any reception so far? I mean, I understand that it just launched, but have you received any feedback yet?
Yeah, the feedback that we have gotten has actually been very positive. We're getting there was a review up on IGN the other day that was like an 81, which is actually very
good.
Well,
really
that's
good.
Really good for a starting indie game right now.
I've seen AAA titles that don't get that.
Right.
So we're working really hard to try and take any feedback that we do get from players to help improve the game further, even if it isn't going to improve our review score.
That's awesome.
We just want to make a game that we're proud of.
Well, it's good. Kind of the point of having this here at Gods and Monsters is to have a podcast that we can continually do weeks, months at a time. So it'd be great for you to stop by whenever, just kind of update us on what's the next step for you guys. It's cool to talk to somebody who's like on the ground floor of something new and really cool. And it'd be nice to just have you let us know how your progress is going over the next few months.
Yeah,
I bet
most
this
definitely.
is a big time right now for you, isn't it? This is like premiere week for you.
Oh yeah,
give us all the details again of the game and the company and all that, and how to get in touch with you.
The game is Bit Evolution, created by Major Games, and we are currently available on Steam for 25% off with the Steam Summer Sale.
Nice.
And it is available for Mac and PC as of right now.
I'm definitely going to check that out this weekend.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
As soon as we
Thanks, Connor.
Thank you very much for coming by. As soon as we finally turn this machine off, I'm going to go over there and take a look at it.